today we will gonna predict some missing log curve with machine learning. So I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial and also. So let's get jump to the presentation. So this webinar is about the predict machine log curve with the machine learning. And my name is Hadiam Pratama. I am right now is a master of petroleum geoscience, and also I'm a data science freelancer. And what we will do today is we're gonna learn some basic of the machine learning technique, and also basic machine learning application in data science, in geoscience data, which is it is on the log curve or well log data analysis in here. So what we're gonna do is to try the estimate the missing log on the well log data, which is it first start with the load the last file, which is it is the basic or the general type of a well log data into the Python. So we want to load the last data into the Python, and then we do some exploratory data analysis or ADA. It is a common basic thing on the data science world, but we do the ADA on the log data right now. And also we do some we perform feature selection, because we don't know how is the best feature for our well log data prediction. And also we can do the data preparation in here, basic data preparation, and also model building. And it is a special thing in this webinar. It is a machine learning algorithm that we will learn today, which is it is using the linear regression, decision tree, and random forest. As you can see, these three algorithm, it is the common sense of the machine learning algorithm, which is by using this technique. And after that, we do some model evaluation, where we analyze our prediction and we compare it into the true data or the original data. And then after that, we apply this model into the missing log estimation on the real data. So we have another data that doesn't have any let's say the DTC or DTS log, and then we want to predict the DTS log on this real data. So the tools, I hope you guys install these tools, which is it is the Python as our basic programming language in here. Python with the type of the 3.xxx. You can choose is 0.1 or 0.2. It is up to you, but it is the Python on the 3 point something. And also for the IDA, we use the Jupyter. IDA is where we gonna code our code. And also some basic library like NumPy for the data array, and also pandas in here to do some data frame analysis, matplotlib, and also the Seaborn for the plot and visualization, and scikit-learn for the machine learning technique. And for the LASIO in here, it is to read our less data or well log data. So our main problem today is to estimate the log curve. As you know that the log curve, it is a basic thing that geoscience need to predict or need to interpret. But sometimes there is another missing log in another well. As you can see in here, we want our objective is we want to predict the DTS in here. So let's say we have a 10 well log in some area, but others 3 log doesn't have the DTS. So we want to predict the log value of the DTS on this missing 3 well log data in here. So we want to build some model that can learn the correlation between another well log data in here, which is it is the GR, density, porosity, and something like that. The model will learn the correlation between this well log, then predict the DTS value from the well log that doesn't have this value. So we want to train the model. The model in here is this machine learning model. So the input is other well log curve like gamma ray, density, and something like that. And for the output, it is the missing log curve, which is in this case we try to predict the DTS. But as you if you want to predict another well log data like the shear velocity and something like that, it is absolutely you can done this. But in this case, we try to predict the DTS. So in case the model in this webinar, we want to build the model. The model is this machine learning model like this one. It is the machine learning model, that basic one. It is the linear regression. linear regression, as you know that linear regression, it is a technique from statistic. Yes, right, it is the statistic technique, which is in here we try to predict the data, which is using the relationship between the input variables in here and then the single output variables. So this is a basic machine learning algorithm. Linear regression is one of the machine learning technique. So let's say we don't have any relationship in this linear data. So what we can do, it is another technique called decision tree. So in decision tree, it is the model, it is the linear regression model, but we divide it into the form of a tree structure like this. Other than we plot into the one linear single line in here, we divided the data into two subsets, smaller subset. So we divided the data into here. Then we can say that the data in here, it is belong on this value, and the data in here, it is belong on this value, or the 32 or 35. And then we can also divide it again until we got more smaller data like this, smaller subset data. So it is the decision tree. Why it call it tree? Because it is divided into subset of tree in here. It is looks like tree in here. So like this one, it is the data is belong in here in this line. This data is belong to this line, and then we divide it again, and divide it again until we got the prediction in is like here, like this graph in here. So another technique, it is the random forest. What is the random forest? So random forest, it is a supervised learning algorithm that use ensemble learning. So the random forest is combine many decision tree model into one single tree. Let's say we have 3 decision tree in here, and then with the random forest, we combine this model until we got one single model that have a best representation of the data in here. So why we call it the forest? It is because the tree in here, the many tree that become the forest. So the model name is random forest in here. Okay, so that's all for the technical part or the presentation part. Maybe we can jump into the live coding session. You can go through the GitHub link. This is our GitHub link in here, bit.ly/github.log.ai. You can download the material in here. Maybe I will try to. So you can go to this link in here. So this is the GitHub page, and you can download the code in here. Download as a zip. Okay. After you download the log curve in here, you can extract it and then copy the file into the main directory of your Jupyter Notebook. So you can go to this Jupyter Notebook, or in this session we will live coding in here, which is we will build some Jupyter Notebook, new Jupyter Notebook in here. We can call it webinar log estimation with AI. Okay. This one is fully code, but if you want to code along with me, you can try to create a new one. Okay, I especially mentioned the data is from the GeoLink. It is open data, open source data, the public data. You can find the data on the GeoLink in here, GeoLink S2. It is a great source for learning the well log estimation in here. You can see the database in here and then download the data. It is from the Node-C wells in here. We use from the Node-C wells, and then the log, it is the data, it is in here. So this is the data that we want to predict or we want to train, and this one, it is the data that we want to predict or estimate. So if we can see in here in the log, one log there has the DTS, but in this file we don't have any DTS. So we want to predict the DTS on this last data based on this value. We use 10 well logs in here to build our model, train and test based on these 10 well logs, and then we predict to this one well log that doesn't have any DTS. So we start this live coding with the import the library that have been present. First, it is the import the OS. It is to access the data on our folder, and then we import the NumPy. NumPy is the library for the array. Also import pandas for the data frame. Import Lasio. Import matplotlib to plot the data and visualization. Import Seaborn to visualization also. And then we import scikit-learn, sklearn, linear regression, decision tree, for train test split. This for evaluation. Okay, we can run the cell. Okay, to run the cell on the Jupyter Notebook, you can type this or Shift Enter. Using the keyboard key Shift Enter to run, or this one to run. To add a new cell in here, you can click in this button, or you can type B on your keyboard. So after we import our library in here, we want to load our data, which is the log data. We can start with using the last as the variables is equals to Lasio it is the library for read the last data, and then read the name of the data. The data it is on the log folder, and then we can select one and then print. So this is the last file that has been read, but it is not on the type of the data frame. If you want to convert it into the data frame, you can type .df in here, and then we got the data frame in here, which is it is depth for the index, lithology geolinks, it is another another log curve, the call, caliper, VS, the row, and then Robi, and also gamma ray, and so on. But the problem is it is only one well-log data, so we want to load all this well-log data into a single data frame to train and test our model in here. So what we can do is using this all measurement. So we want to save all the DF or data frame for all the log into this measurement in here. So it is we find it blank in here, blank array, and then we iterate one by one data, and then read it one by one and append this into the all measurement in here. For E in US list dir. Okay. So what we do now is we want to read one by one the list of the direction. So the file on this direction, which is it is the file on the log data, on the log folder in here. So we want to read one by one this last file. So it become to for E, it is the iterative process for E in us.listdir, which is it is will list one by one the single file in this log folder. And then we can see in this data, so we can load one by one the data in here, but it is only the name, not the data frame like this. So what we do is like copy this one and then paste on here. And then run. Okay, so basically it will read one by one data in here, read one by one well log curve in here, and then append and then transform into the data frame, and all the data frame append into the all measurement in here. So I will share the code in here. So first we load the 15 and something, and then we load another well log class and turn it into the data frame, and then append into the all measurement. If you want to see the all measurement about, it is like this. It is the collection of the data frame and not all the data frame in here, not as the data frame is like this. So what we're gonna do is to concat all of this data frame into a single data frame called df. So df is equals to pd.concat, which is we will concat the all measurement into one single data frame. Alright, we get in here. So all of this data frame we concat into one single data frame in here. So in this data frame we have 10 well log data that we want to assign as our input and output to build our data set, or to build the model, machine learning model in here. Alright, so we've done 3 parts in here. First, import the library. And then we load the data. Then we get the data in here. So what we're gonna do now is to do some exploratory data analysis. We can see the statistic, the basic statistic of our dataset in here, which is it is the log dataset, by doing df.describe. So this one, we can see the count or the total value of our well log in here, which is it is not same as other values in here. So this is the count, meaning the value, the mean or the average, standard variance, the mean, and also the max in here, and also the quartile. You can see in here our data set is there is a Kelly, BS, Rob, P, Robbie, Gamma Ray, DTC, and DTS, but we want to predict the DTS in this dataset in here, in this case. Also, we can visualize the non-data or the missing value in here by typing this df.isna. So if there is any non-data, it will become the true. But this one, it is not cannot extract the information from this one. So what we're gonna do is to plot this and visualize it into some meaningful graph or plot by doing by quantify the heat map. Okay, ultimate figure. Size, it is to resize the data, the plotting, the size of the plot, and then we can use the SNS or the Seaborn in here. Seaborn heat map, CMap, it is for the color, we want to see it on blues. So this one, okay, we okay. So as you can see in here, the blue one, it is the missing data. So the white one, it is the data. There is a data on here on this depth, but on the blue one, there is no data in here. Like in this depth, there is no data. The lithology data on here, there is no DTC and also DTS on this here. So we want to select the features that have the data on here. Also, we can see the correlation between each feature by tapping the df.correlation. So we can measure the correlation between the DTS, which is our target, and then with the other logs like the Robbie and P in here, to better to extract the information from this table. We can call the SNS heat map again. Annotation true, and then CMap we choose blue. So how we gonna read this plot in here? As you can see in here, we have the DTS in here, and then the other well logs data. And as you can see in the DTS, this is the correlation in here. So the DTS correlation with the Kali, it is a 0.037, and then for the NP it is a 0.9, and for the Robi it is 0.69, which is the higher correlation, the well log data with the DTS. It means our well log has the influence to predict the DTS. So we want to perform some feature selection where the data set, or where the log curve have the meaningful correlation with the DTS, and also has the less missing data in here. So in this case, we will choose the feature is 1 gamma ray, because it is have 0.57 correlation, DTC as well. Also we want to add the Robi, this one, Robi, NP, and also Kali. You can also add another well log data as your expertise, like maybe you can add the porosity or something like that if your data has the porosity log, or maybe you can add another well log data as well. It is all of you. Target, the target, it is the DTS, so we want to predict the DTS in here. So this is the feature selection. And then we build some new data frame based on the feature and the target. So in here we just have a GR, DTC, Robi, NP, and Caliper, and also DTS as our output or our target. So this is the features and this is the target. So the machine will learn the correlation between those feature and this target. So our X, or our input, it is the DF, all DF column except the DTS, and our Y, it is the DF DTS. We can see this is our X, or our input, and this is our Y, or the output that we want to predict. On machine learning problem, there is a train and test split, which is the train dataset. It is for the model learn the correlation between the input and output, while the test, it is for the evaluation of the machine learning model. So how we know the data, the model can learn something, it is when we predict on the test, and the result, it is the accuracy is good enough, means the predicted and the original has the same value, then our got the good result or good model. So we want to divide our data into train and test data, which is we usually we divide it into 18% for test and 20% for the 80% for the train and 20% for the test. Okay, we try to do some train test split. X train, which is the input for the train, X test, which is the input for the test, Y train, it is for the output on the train dataset, and then Y test, it is the output for the test dataset, and then we can call it train test split. It is the library or the function from the scikit-learn, and then we pass the input or X in here, and then pass the output, which is it is Y, and then we can pass the test size, which is for the test it is 20% or 0.2, and then we can print the shape of this train dataset. Alright, so on train dataset we have 87 something of data, and this test dataset it is 21 something data. Robi and GR have the different range of value, where the Robi it is the mean it is the 2, and for the GR or the gamma ray it is 85, which is it is have the gap of the range of the value. Like this one also, for the DTC it is 100 something, and for the like NP it is a 0.3, which is this gap can affect our model that will predict or can make our model is not robust, because it will influence our model to tend to predict as the DTC, which is have the high mean in here, while the NP it is very little in here. So we want to normalize this value between the 0 and 1. So how we can do that? It is using the scaling technique, scaling process, which is it is a min-max process. We can type scalar in here, which is using the min-max function from the scikit-learn, and then xtrain equals to scalar dot fit transform the xtrain. So the scalar will fit and transform the xtrain value into a value which is have a range between 0 and 1, and then we do that again to the xtest. But in this time we also we only use the transform because we have done fit on the train dataset. After this process is ready, then we can train our machine learning model. First, we will train the linear regression one. Regression model equal linreg, which is it is linear regression, equals to, we use linear regression function from scikit-learn, and then we fit into our train dataset. Fit xtrain and ytrain. So it is ready to be predict on the test dataset. So in this step, the model will train, or the model will learn the correlation between the input and the output of the train dataset. And then to prove the model learn, we can use the predict technique, ypred, we will predict the new on the new dataset called X-test, and then we can evaluate with the true value which is on the Y-test. So model linreg dot predict, we want to predict the X-test. So the accuracy is R2 score. Then we pass the Y true or Y true in here, which is it is the Y-test, and then Y result of the prediction, which is it is the Y-pred. Then you can see the accuracy in here, it is between the 0.93 something. And also you can apply some round technique, which is it become 3 decimal in here. So this one it is for linear regression. And also we done the same on the decision tree, but this is using the decision tree. Model D3 meaning decision tree, and then decision tree regressor, and then we fit our model to the train and test data. Train, and this one it is input and output. Alright, we got the decision tree model, and then we gonna evaluate it. Y-pred it is equals to model, then linreg, we choose the D3 in here, decision tree, and then predict the X-test. Then also we can generate the accuracy. Is we will change this one into D3, this one it is same, and this one into the D3. Right, the D3 is pretty much improved into 1. And also after that we're gonna use the random forest. Type the same thing, it is the RF, which is a random forest, and then choose the random forest function in here, random forest regressor, and then we fit into our model or our data. Fit X train and also Y train. It will take time because random forest it is advanced algorithm. By combine all the decision tree. Then also we can copy this. Instead of D3 we want to change it into RF, and then this one it is accuracy of random forest. Alright, this one is random forest. Okay. Alright, we get the accuracy in here, which is it is quite good. And for plotting, we can also do some plotting on here. Plot the true one, which is it is the Y-test, and then the predicted one, which is it is the Y-pred. And then we want to color it red and label true. The Y label prediction, and the title it is the score. RC GTRF show. Y label, Y label. Alright, so we get the model in here. The random forest model it is the good one, so we choose the random forest as our model to predict the real data. So to predict the real data, first thing first, we will load the dataset, or we will load the last value, which is this one that doesn't have the DTS in here. Can say for it is a validation. Lasio read the blind data, it is on the folder called blind in here, so we can type blind and then this one and transform it into the data frame, and we can see the value in here. Alright, but there is also a NaN data, and then we can do some selection, which is the feature selection using the feature. So we only want the feature in our data set, and then also we drop the NaN value. Alright, this is ready to be developed or to be predict. Before that, we must do scaling this. Then after that, we do scaling in here, scalar dot transform, transform fall, then run. This one is to then we want to predict the DTS value. DTS equals to model. We want to use the RF, which is a random forest that predict the false scale in here. Okay, then we get the predicted DTS. Nice. Then we want to store it back into the data frame. For DTS equals to print DTS. Alright. So in here we have a gamma ray, DTC, ROBY, NP, caliper, and also DTS in here, the predicted DTS. So we want to visualization the predicted value. You can easily type the plt.figure to give the size of our figure or plot in here, which is we want to plot it okay, 13 and 5, 13 the x-axis and y-axis is equal to 5, and then plt.plot, we want to plot fall.index, which is the depth, and then fall.dts. Alright, we got this HR, which is the red, and then plt.xlabel is the depth, plt ylabel, so x label in here and y label in here. Y label it is the DTS predicted DTS, and you can add with AI or machine learning as well. And then plt.show. Alright, this is the end of the live session, live coding session model. We can apply this model into the real data that doesn't have any DTS value on this well-log data. And then to do that, we perform the feature selection again, and then drop the NaN value or missing value, and then we scaling or transform the value into the 1 and 0, and then the model will predict the value to get the DTS in here. So we got the DTS, and then we store back into the data frame in here until we got some DTS value in here, and then you can easily visualize the predicted value like this one into the plot one. This is the depth and this is the predicted DTS.